this week, I wanted to go over your top 5 49er QBs of all time.
Woo!
And this isn't just mentioning your top 5. This is actually putting them in order, my friend. So how would you rank top 5 and how would you put them in order?
Woo! So this off the dome, too. I ain't get this top question.
Exactly.
All right, so top 5. I gotta go with Joe Montana.
Yep.
Steve Young would be number 2.
Mm-hmm. This is where it gets interesting, right? 3, 4, and 5 is interesting.
This is where it gets interesting.
So why don't you talk about who you're debating over? Who are the next 3 that you think?
I don't. So it's not necessary. So I have my 3, right?
Yeah.
And Bomber T, I love you too, by the way. And I'm still pissed off about your words. But yes, I have the 3 guys. I'm trying to order them.
Okay.
So this is tough because somebody's getting left out. There's 4 guys, and somebody's getting left out. And the question is, here are my 4. You ready?
Yep.
Jeff Garcia, Alex Smith, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
So I only got 3 slots.
Right.
And I watched Jeff Garcia win. We didn't win the big game. We didn't, whatever. But he did keep the 49ers' hopes alive. So because of that, I feel like he needs to be in there. I just don't know where yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Colin Kaepernick was the spark this team needed. There's no way I can't have the spark in this joint. He's the spark. He was like, Jim Harbaugh went against all odds, took a guy that he drafted in the second round, was like, throw this guy. He's like, man, Alex Smith, you hurt? No problem. I got Cap. Alex Smith was like, Coach, I'm ready to play. He's like, don't worry, I still got Cap. And that was the end of Alex Smith era. Yeah. It's so tough, right? So I got to put Colin Kaepernick in my top 5. And now it's going to come down to Jimmy and Alex, who to me are the same goddamn player.
Woo! Wow, that's interesting.
I would love to see what other people say.
So Callie's telling you Garcia over Alex Smith. Now, my 5 is pretty simple.
Okay.
Obviously, the top 2 are the top 2, right? There's no debating.
Do you have Young over Montana? I'm just curious. No. Okay.
As far as my favorite player, yes. But as far as as ranking, Montana is 1, Young is 2. I'm actually putting Jimmy at 3. And let me tell you why. So I think Jimmy and Colin Kaepernick would be my 4, and then Jeff Garcia would be my 5. And the reason why I have Jimmy over Cap is because although Cap was the spark, like you mentioned, and took the team to the next level, Alex Smith did a lot of that work to get the team back to where they needed to be as far as competitive, right? Jimmy is a combination of both Alex Smith and Cap to me, in the sense, not playing style, but in the sense that Jimmy was the quarterback that helped change the culture and got them back to respectable and competing, as well as the quarterback that got them into the Super Bowl as well. Now, both Cap and Jimmy lost, obviously, but I think that I have to give credit to Jimmy for doing both, getting the team there as far as bottom of the basement to back to being competitive, as well as getting to a Super Bowl, where I think Cap only did one of those 2 things. So that's why I have Jimmy edging Cap out. And the reason why I have Jeff Garcia over Alex Smith is because I think Jeff Garcia won just more consistently, got the team into the playoffs more times than Alex Smith did, even though Alex Smith did have not as good of a roster as Jeff Garcia inherited, when he was the starting quarterback. So my 5 is Joe Montana, Steve Young, Jimmy, Cap, and then Jeff Garcia.
I like it though. I like it, but I like Joe, Steve, Cap, Garcia, Jimmy.
Whoo! So tell me why Jimmy drops all the way to 5 for you. Because Garcia never made it to a Super Bowl. Jimmy has.
He's never made it to a Super Bowl, but just the consecutive, like you talked about him winning consecutively, keeping the team afloat, didn't get injured as often. We always had a chance when Garcia was there. We just couldn't get to the damn big game.
I don't think, did he go to as many NFC championship games?
No.
No, that's Jimmy's taken 2 NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl.
You can say Jimmy took us, or you can say the defense. It all depends on how you want to look at that situation, right?
Okay.
And so I don't think the defense was as good when Jeff Garcia was quarterbacking as it was when Colin Kaepernick had the team in 2012, 2013. That defense was lights out, right? And then I think Jimmy Garoppolo had probably the better defense. And you can kind of arguably say, hey, Jimmy was able to get it. Now, don't get it twisted. Jimmy was a winning quarterback too, right? But I just like Jeff Garcia better if we're talking about just quarterbacking, I like Jeff Garcia as a better quarterback. I felt like he was just a better overall quarterback that was on this roster that kept this team afloat. And then they got rid of pieces, right? They traded Terrell Owens. They did a lot of crazy stuff with Garcia here at the Rams. Right. I ain't like Steve Mariucci. Anyway, so with Jimmy, I give Jimmy credit. Like, he over edges Alex Smith. He's light years to me better than what Alex Smith was, even though I liked Alex Smith. And I can say that it wasn't a lot of Alex Smith's fault, but he couldn't figure it out. I don't care who his coordinator or head coach was. He did get interchanged all the time, different coordinators, different head coaches. And you could say that could have screwed up his mental capacity when it came to footballing. But once he figured it out, he was fun to watch. It was just too late. He didn't do as much. But Colin Kaepernick is the quarterback that took the team over the hump. So I got Cap at 3 because I think Cap is a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo. They both did suffer weird injuries. I'm telling you though, Jimmy would be top 3 quarterback. He probably would still be the quarterback for the 49ers had he not torn his ACL. I really feel that ACL tear, bro, effed his mind up. I'm telling you, and not everybody could come back from that. No, I don't even know. I've probably have you ever torn your ACL? So I probably torn it and don't know, right? I'm probably just walking around like, what's this funny feeling? Oh well, I was just gonna keep it going. I ain't going to the doctor, right? Well, those guys, man. So my mentality is the same. I'm not playing a professional sport. I don't have to do that. I could just get up, go to work. It's something about that injury, yo. Right. You watch Jimmy's throws be different. He was throwing weird off one leg. He wasn't running the ball. He was taking too many sacks. And this is not a knock on him. I just don't think he's recouped yet. I think he needs a minute off. You know, I'm taking a break. Maybe Jimmy needs a break and then come back, revived, refreshed. And whatever team Jimmy goes to, watch him be what we thought he was going to be for the 49ers. Just watch.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't have as much confidence. I think he's just going to be the same type of quarterback, which is above average, but not great, right? So, so Wayne has Joe, Steve, Cap, Garcia, then Jimmy. I have Joe, Steve, Jimmy, Cap, Garcia. Guys, if you guys want to be heard, go ahead in the comment section. List who your top 5 are. I think it's an interesting conversation to have, but we do have the same 5, just in different orders. But Wayne, that's the show, man. Thank you so much for joining on.